Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Guard Up Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with Rick the Ruler. What's going on, cuz? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? I'm alright.
Good,
Could be
good,
better,
good.
but you know why?
Could be better. Of course. We know why. It's at the bottom of the screen. Dre,
And the dawn.
the Dawn. Dre the Dawn Jalil. How you doing? How you doing, Pop? Talk to me. Talk
he,
to me.
yeah, Dre looked like the type of person that would invite you over, leave the door open, and sit in his chair just like that. So when you walked in, he'd be like,
Yeah. You
"Come
won't say
on
nothing
in."
either. Have a glass just sitting there. We here. Well, yeah. So Knicks lose to Magic 104-98.
Again.
Another frustrating loss to the Magic. This sums it up perfectly. Shout out to the chat tuning in here. Sums it up perfectly. Upside down smiley face. What's going on, Cuzzo?
Yeah. So he's spanking
Man,
right now in fantasy.
he is. He is. He beat me last week in a different league, and we're gonna talk about that later, tune. So don't worry about that. Anyway, so what happened? What happened?
Oh, he beat me last week.
Oh my God! Really? Really gonna go there? You gonna start this early? How many seconds we in it?
You the one that started. I was chilling.
Knicks lose to the Magic 104-98. Let's get into these blood clot numbers, bro. Because this this is crazy. So as usual, they played a good first half. They didn't end that first half well. They were up, and then they let them come back and hit a few shots at the end of the first half, which was just annoying to watch, but whatever. Then, as usual, the third quarter comes around, and they start off terrible. It got to the point where they just didn't. Breen said that Evan Fournier hasn't played in the last 3 fourth quarters. And I didn't even notice that.
Oh, I noticed. I noticed for sure. He needed to be exactly where he was because he was not doing his job.
Where was Kemba? Could we play Kemba in the fourth?
No.
What are we doing?
I was just telling Dre, like, Kemba's good the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. And then after that, you don't see anything other than him trying to take a charge or or he'll have like a good pass here or there, but it's like it's not worth it.
Kemba had 5 points, 2 turnovers, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 rebounds. They just completely outplayed us. Like it just looked like a game of Suggs and the Wagners.
And
is that how you say the name? And the Ross, Ross, of course. Ross actually didn't go off as much in the fourth quarter as he usually does versus us. He actually went off more in the second and third, yeah. Boss on Vigaville, how you feel about my man Terrence Ross over there giving us 19? I think he had in the short amount of time he was on the court.
I can't mess with it.
Talk to me, man.
It's a bad
first of all, when I saw Ross and he ain't had the good first half, I was like, all right, your boy's sitting there waiting. He gonna sit there and he gonna keep it in the bag. Then all of a sudden, then he get that steal with the slam, and I was like,
that was
all he needed.
Super annoying.
3 minutes because we were doing good before that. Then coach took Obi out, and like you said, he was winded because he was like I said, he's running. First of all, he's my favorite Knick right now.
He's everybody's favorite Knick.
Right Obi now is my favorite because, and this is why last season they was like, get rid of Obi. I'm like, it's his first year to do figuring it out.
Yeah.
And this is the second year he's starting to figure it out. Those alley oops, him running to the basket, put back dunks and all of that. This kid is nice, but I know Terrence Ross is just I get scared of him, and I think it's sad that I'm scared of freaking Terrence Ross. I think it's terrible, man. Terrence Ross is like, he's like, yo, Knicks coming to town. I can't wait.
It's my night.
Yeah, I'm going to have a career night tonight.
I think the last time we played him, he went off in the third quarter and just started raining.
Shout out to Nick Lights, man.
And then Cole Anthony is just like that. And Anthony didn't have a good shoot night. Then he finishes the second quarter, the first half. I mean, and it's not like, first of all, the Knicks look horrible all night.
They look bad.
Trash.
Like the first half, it wasn't anything exciting. They let him win that to get that the first half with that shot. Third quarter, forget it. I thought it was over. I started doing other stuff. I started looking at YouTube and everything. And then
doing other stuff.
Yeah, I just because it's like it's like uninspired basketball. Like they play down a competition. We're gonna do something like play against the Bucks or the 76ers or the Nets, and we're gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like annoying to watch. Like, yo, finish these games, man. Like it's just like so nothing really nobody looked really particularly good. A lot of people didn't want to shoot. Mo Bamba was scaring everybody out the paint. That's why I feel like we're shooting number threes all day.
Yeah.
As long as they have Mo Bamba in there, it was like nobody wanted to go in the paint. And I thought that was like a
see, but that's part of my issue. That's part of my issue though. It's very frustrating watching their offense. It's either a 3-pointer or a layup. 3-pointer or layup. You know what I mean? There's nothing in between. And I'm like, what happened to the in-between game? What happened to the mid-range? What happened to
everybody's shooting three? They said they shot 49 threes, bro.
At the end of the
don't
third
need to
quarter,
shoot that many threes, especially if you're gonna. How many did we make? 10, 9?
It was awful. But at the end of the third quarter, I yelled at the TV. It doesn't have to be a three. It doesn't have to be a three.
It doesn't have to be a three.
Make the shot. Like in most of the second and third quarter, we were one and done. No rebounds, no second chance points, nothing. We took a 3-pointer and we was back up the court, and it was so annoying to watch.
Yeah, and it's like it's like that new toy you have, and it's like you don't want to use your old toy anymore. Like, yeah, forget it. Drive? You kidding me? I'm gonna just shoot threes all day. Like, look, Julius Randle was 4 for 10.
Wait, RJ Barrett was another negative 21, bro.
He was the highest
negative 21
percentage shooting threes.
What was Julius' last game? Was he negative 22? Didn't they mention that?
Yeah, I think the 22. Whole starting lineup was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. See, I didn't think RJ Barrett was only a -2. I guess he did something when he came back in there. Mitchell Robinson is starting to look better around the basket. But that one play where he got blocked by Suggs, I think it was it Suggs? Yeah, he got the rebound, and then either he got the rebound or he got a pass.
Yeah, I don't think he even really got the ball up like that. It was like they was hitting him before he even got it up.
Right. But the thing about that one is that all he had to do was secure it a little bit, and then it would have been a foul. He exposed the ball way too much on that one. But Mitchell Robinson to me was like the best player for the Knicks.
He's falling off my list. He's falling
off the list, but he played a great game tonight. I can't hate Mitch. He was the most consistent guy out there outside of Derrick Rose, if you ask me. You know what I mean? Or Alec Burks. Alec Burks was actually probably the guy out there outside of Obi Toppin. Because if it wasn't for Alec Burks and those threes that he was hitting at the time, I mean, he took 12 of them. He made 4. But jeez, oh my God, why are we taking so many threes? It's ridiculous. Alec Burks alone took 12 threes tonight.
And Julius took 10.
Julius ended up with 13 points. Another 13-point game.
Evan Fournier 1 for 4 from 3.
Evan Fournier 5 points.
Yeah, 5 points.
1 rebound, 1 assist. Kemba.
They combined for 10.
And they supposed to be the ones that's like doing like all the scoring.
Exactly.
I don't know, bro.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. They gonna move some of they in the office like this, like, yo, you ready? You want to pull us December 6th, whatever that day is.
So what Tune wrote?
They be like, who won't call him? You won't call him? You won't call. They call other teams like they just want to see, like, we just want to feel you out, see what you want. You guys like Evan? You like Kemba?
Evan got to go.
And I you know what's disappointing to me? I'm starting to, I'm a big fan of when a dude is from New York or whatever the case, and they play for that team.
I knew something. There was something in here. It was like, I like it, but something's not right.
Yeah, but I always feel like you got to play the game.
Yeah, I was optimistic, of course, but something just didn't feel right about it. I don't know, and it wasn't. and I'm not blaming Kemba. I'm not mad at him. It's just I knew that that Kemba wasn't there anymore. That Kemba that we're looking at the highlights. Let's look at the Kemba Walker highlights. Oh, we got this guy. No, we
He's
don't
not
got that guy.
jogging.
It's
He's
not
not.
that guy.
He don't
It's a
look
different guy.
confident going to the basket.
Completely different guy.
Well, you can blame him.
I'm not blaming him. It's age.
Why not?
He's not a starting point guard anymore.
But he's our starting point guard.
But that's not his fault. You know why? Because if Derrick Rose was here and he was a point guard, he was our starting point guard. You know who wouldn't be our starting point guard? Kemba Walker.
Right.
So, unfortunately, that's just it.
I don't know. Do you don't think it's a chemistry thing? Like, what do you think it is?
I still think it's a chemistry thing because Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker are not 5-point per game scorers. You know what I mean? It's just but I also do know.
You know what I think it is? I think it's Julius Randle. I think the reason why Elfrid Payton and Reggie Bullock worked last year is because they don't mind not being that guy. Like they would never. They're not start. If you look at the teams they went to, they're not starting anywhere else. They started here, and I feel like that worked. I think that
the situation worked for them, and that's something else that good guy. Finish your point.
I just think that the productivity that these guys have, it's never been. I don't know. Remember all the teams that Kemba played for, or all the teams. I don't think Evan Fournier was never expected to be like a top wing or two or whatever the case. He played Magic all those years, and then Magic was never really that good the years he was there.
Yeah,
I think the situation is different. Where did he go right after he left Magic? Where did he go for a quick season or something?
Who?
Fournier.
Boston.
Yeah, he went to Boston real quick, played with Kemba over there
for half a year.
And they weren't like the stars there, and it's just like, so they get hit. And I don't know if they're apprehensive. What's his name? Fournier looks slow. Fournier, like he, on defense, it just dudes look like they just standing there. That's what it feels like when you watch the game. And I think Kemba does that thing where dudes like he leans into dudes real hard when he's driving to the basket, and it doesn't seem like he has any weight to him. He can't force anybody. He doesn't have the moves to get to the basket like that, and he doesn't have the weight to force his way to the basket.
See, if he still had the speed and the ability to finish at the basket like he used to, that would make his step backs more deadly. Now it's like, I'm gonna follow you on a step back because I know that you're not gonna do nothing after it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna bite on the crossover jab to the or the hezzy to the basket because you're not going all the way to the basket on me. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the foot speed no more, and that's not his fault. It's just his injuries, and he's just lost a step. But that doesn't mean he can't. He
definitely lost a step. Just what I like about it, I guess, is what we talked about initially when we got him.
Right.
He was cheap.
Yeah.
We got him as a buyout. $8 million a year. Shit, for all that, they could have gave me $8,000. I'd be happy.
Shut you. It was a nice little holdover because we thought we didn't get anything. That's really why we were so enamored with Kemba. Really, if you really look at it,
there was nothing left. Only person out there was what's his name who plays for Boston now, the German kid.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Dennis Schroeder.
He was the only guy out there, and by the looks of things, that might have been a better bet.
Oh yeah,
playing well.
Sure, absolutely. Didn't he have like a 40-point game the other day? I mean, but he'll be worth way more.
He had a 5-point game tonight.
20. He had a 26-point game the other night in the loss.
So what you think? We ready for these rookies?
So I don't think we're ready for the rookies yet, but I think the rookies are ready. I think the rookies are ready.
Who's not ready for the rookies? We ready?
Listen,
can't be any worse.
I mean, I don't know if you can.
Yes, it can. Let's not get ridiculous. Yes, it can get.
How could it get worse than a starting point guard scoring 5 points? How could it get worse than that?
Because all right, it's first of all, the sample size is ridiculous. Sample size is ridiculous.
Hold on, Cap. All right. Hey,
we're talking about this one game, guys.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. That's true.
Are we?
But check this out. Are we? Yeah. I hear you too. Check this out, though, Cap.
What tonight?
Check it out. Check it. So tonight, even tonight. All right. So tonight, then,
Right.
if we started a rookie over Fournier, because I think that's the better. We start there because
Nah.
these rookies play way better. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay.
They play way better defense.
Hmm.
The young kids, they can stick with you. Yo, he looks horrible on defense.
Who, Kemba?
No, Fournier.
And both rookies look really good on defense.
It's bad that he's like you could be talking about either one of them.
But here's my thing. Like if he's gonna score 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gonna be mad at a rookie to score 5, but he gonna get some stops. He gonna run after somebody. He gonna get a loose ball.
Right.
Because the Knicks they playing this game where they taking too long to get into it. Like they playing around.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, let's turn it up, and that's what they did. And then what happens is you take the chance. It's one little momentum swing.
Mm-hmm.
Ross gets that slam dunk on a fast break.
Yeah.
You kill the momentum. You quiet the crowd. Then they start knocking down shots. We missing.
I'm gonna say something that is not going to come into fruition right now, but in the next few years, RJ Barrett and Obi Toppin are the future of this squad, and I don't think there's gonna be much else like outside of those two that's gonna be the same in the next few years. I think there's something.
Robinson is gonna be injured.
He's not gonna be here injured. But
he grabbed his leg today after that fall. He took a bad spill.
I mean,
he grabbed his hip because he
Mitch's
felt like an idiot.
balance
He felt like on
is
the
terrible. His balance is terrible. That's the problem with Mitch.
He's starting.
It's like he focused solely on the basketball.
Yeah.
And forgot about gravity.
But he's like not strong.
Who,
it's
Mitch?
Like,
Who,
he's just like his body just seems like he seems like somebody that's inside of an avatar doesn't know how to control it yet.
Yes, exactly. Yes, like the literal Avatar movie you're talking about, right? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like he's
seriously,
like still learning how to use it. And you see him when he come off the bench and he's running like this, and he's like he's still running like this. What? He left that cat. Yo, that's what he come off the bench and he be going like this still. I'm like, yo, come on, run like a man.
Yo, Mitch really be out there like this, yo.
Yo, he be going like this still. I'm like, yo.
He be like,
yeah.
And I'm like, yo, bro,
it's like his shoulders. They always stay straight.
And you know the funny thing about it is that kid has like raw talent, and it just almost seems like his brain's got to catch up with the body.
Right.
To you know what I mean? So he's like there, but not there. So when he fell today, it just looked like he's just.
I knew he's gonna get hurt. I knew he's gonna get hurt.
Then he get up limping. I'm like, oh, they gonna cut they ain't gonna, yeah.
I knew. Yo, it was so crazy that he was on the bench, and the dude came over there to help him, and he was like he brushed him off, like mad aggressive though. And now in my head, I'm like, why would you do that? And and then I thought about it, I'm like, he knows for a fact if they come and start looking at him, they're gonna go. The play's gonna start, and he's not gonna be in the game. And then it's gonna be like, oh, Mitch is out for injury again. So he's like, nah, I don't need none of that. Like he already knows. They already asked him questions about it post game, about you being injured and not having rhythm.
They not signing him, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like he knows now psychologically that like I got to stay on the court.
Josh, there was one play where he did that thing again. He got the rebound. He turned around for a second and then went back up.
And then went up. And then he scored.
I was like, don't look. That was like
yes. And that's the play I was talking about because he actually like he did something and I was like
about it.
Then he was.
And it was like, I said, put it back.
Okay.
It's good that he put it
back.
Because he was being double teamed, but then when he put it down and looked over, it drew one player away, defensive player away, and then he was able to go straight up. So, I mean, that's probably not what he was planning on doing, but it worked out for him.
It's progression, Mitch. It took you 3 years for you to look away from the basket and look back at it.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they gonna look someplace, Paul. I'm telling you that Mitch is.
I'm telling you, him a short contract.
If they extend him, they extended him with the intention to move that.
Listen, they're going to make it a tradable contract, just like they made the rest of these guys tradable contract. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be RJ and Obi. They're going to build around RJ and Obi.
You don't think Quickly is going to be one of
Quickly,
them?
I mean, Quickly will be there for sure. I'm not sure if he's going to be the starting point guard at that time, but I would love for him to be the starting at least 2. Because I don't know if we
Cat,
get Shea, if you get Shai, get Shea Gilgeous, and then you put
Cat,
Emmanuel at the 2.
I agree with you because right now the starting 5 look horrible.
It looks disgusting and it looks bad. Mainly,
especially when the second unit coming out there killing like that.
It looks bad when Julius is on the floor.
It does.
That's not a good thing.
It's not.
It looks bad when
Wally Zerbiak was saying he's got to figure out how to get Julius Randle to play like Julius Randle last year.
I think he's still in his head, man. And
put the rookies in. I guarantee he'll play that way.
Let's be honest. The target is on his back. You know what I'm saying? The target is definitely on his back. You were the most improved player last year. The Knicks were probably the most improved team last year. The target is on our back.
I don't even think the target's on our back.
But
it was from last year. From last year compared to this year, absolutely.
But that shouldn't matter because he's missing open shots. He's taking bad shots. He's
playing a different game.
Exactly.
He's taking way too many threes.
Exactly. And what he's doing is he's telling the defense exactly what he's doing. Like when he and Fournier is out there, he's trying to get Fournier the shot, but he's making it so obvious that it's never going to happen. And I think that's another reason why he's not scoring.
Julito, shout out Julito. He said on Twitter the other day, he said, I don't know why Julius Randle has to stare at the player that he's passing the ball to every single time. It's like he does it every time. He's like, it's like, yo, dude, like, what? Look somewhere like a
It's Julius Randle like this. He's coming down the court like this.
It's like, dude, look, like, come on, like, telegraphing it, like Derrick Rose did it tonight. Derrick Rose did it tonight at the end of the game. We were down by 4. Down by 4. He gets the rebound. He's running up the court. We could have been down by 2. RJ, he sees RJ. He throws it to RJ. Like, he throws it right to him. And Suggs really barely even had
to throw it right to him.
He threw it right to Suggs. That's what he did.
He telegraphed the entire thing.
He was like, yo, Suggs, you want this? Because at the end of the day, it was like,
here's your chance.
Like, he just gave it right to him because Suggs, if you look at Suggs, he barely even leaped for that. Like, he was just like, it was like he tried to get it over him. And in my head, I'm like, first of all, you got to know your personnel. Suggs has gotten like 3 breakaway steals this game already. You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 of those. Like, he was the biggest hound on defense that the Magic had, especially on the perimeter. So you had to know when you see Suggs there that maybe this is not the right pass to make. You can fake it and then keep going, and then RJ's behind him now, and you can throw the alley.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just our decision making.
You wouldn't think that you would have to explain that. You don't think you would have to expect that from Derrick Rose.
From Rose, right? He made a couple boneheaded moves this game, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Rose, but there was a couple plays he made that was just like, that's not even like you, Derrick. Like, what is?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But Derrick Rose always, I feel like Derrick Rose is one of the luckiest players in the league when it comes to passing. He's always leaving the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's in midair when he's trying to pass. And a lot of time when he actually makes the pass, I'm like, he's lucky he got that pass off to the right person.
Mm-hmm.
He's up in the air already like this.
Yeah.
And then he's looking around.
He does it all the time. Like,
so the bad pass thing to me, a lot of times I feel like, you know, he's always almost on the verge of making like a bad pass. But Nick said something that I think he said Randle was negative 21 today, but he was negative 22 the last game.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said Randle is selfish, it seems.
Yep.
Which is what I was talking about earlier.
I don't think he is. And I think when he is selfish, is
no,
when
you
he
know
gets
what you're
a better
saying?
game.
You know what you're saying? The only person that seems like right now that he's not selfish with is Evan Fournier. For whatever reason, he loves that dude. For whatever reason, it just seemed like him and Evan Fournier, he's trying to get him the ball. He knows he could shoot in practice. Evan Fournier probably lighting it up. And it just seemed like the game, like he forgets about everybody else on the floor.
I think the problem...
Other than that, he's selfish as shit.
I think what's happening with Julius is trying to learn how to be a team player, but at the same time, he's forgetting how to play his game. And you can't do those both. You can't do both of those at the same time. Like, that just can't happen at the same time. You can still play a game and have the team fit around that. but you just straight coming out like here, like nah, bro. Like I was reading Relentless by Tim Grover, right? And that's the guy who trained Kobe and Jordan and D Wade, a bunch of other people. And dang, what did I just say? What did I just say?
You said you were reading a book.
No, at what point did I was making? What point did I just say right before that? I was just saying that. This is terrible. I hate when I do this.
You never read a book?
You didn't get to it yet.
No, I just said something right before that. Right before I said, yeah, that means y'all wasn't even listening to what I was talking about. What was we talking about before? What was I talking about before that?
You were talking about Randall being selfish.
Oh yes.
Got it. Good.
Yes, I got it. Good. So, the book, he was saying that when Kobe Bryant was joined by, I forgot, someone else, and Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, they had asked him like, would it be hard to adjust, and like basically that same question. Would it be hard for you to adjust? Is it, Steve Nash was, former MVP, like, basically all of that. He's gonna ask him. Jay, you okay?
Yep.
He's making faces over there. So Kobe said, no, like this is my shit. Like no, I'm not sharing at all.
So you're
like,
saying being selfish is all right as long as you're going off and you're killing it.
Yeah, like, okay, cool, you on my team now, but this is still my team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt that Randall is a selfish player, but he was doing all the right things last season. Like he was knocking down his shots. No, he's definitely not Kobe, but he was inspired by Kobe.
Right. Yeah, he was. And it's not even about him being Kobe. It's just more of, if you're a leader on the team, like when Wade was on Miami and LeBron came. Yeah, that was Wade's team before. But Wade understood that, all right, this is LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to, give him a little bit more touches than I would give this other guy, because I'm not as big of a player as LeBron is at this point in my career, basically. So it was different for him, and that's why they struggled for their first year together, because it was more like, I'm an alpha and you're an alpha as well, and it was just hard for them to figure that out. And I think that's kind of what these guys are dealing with at a extremely low level. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we're getting what we're getting. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't know what they want to do, who's going to be the main guy, and you're never going to be successful like that. I think Randall has to just be Randall. If you're gonna be, if you're gonna go out being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not who you are. I guarantee you, we trade Randall, he's gonna go somewhere and go off because he wasn't being himself here. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's the issue that we're having. I think he's trying to be so much of a team player, get those assists up. Go get your bucket. We were saying the same thing about Quickly earlier this year. You know what I mean? You're not playing your game, Quick, and now all of a sudden Quick is playing his game, and you see what's happening. Yeah, it might not be the point guard play that we want to see, but oh well, that's not Quick. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just think that's the.
What do you think about Quick's defense?
I think his defense, he gambles a lot. I don't think he's terrible. I think he has the right wingspan for defense.
I think he's got the athleticism for it.
The athleticism and his size. He's a good defender for his size.
He fights over the screen, like he doesn't give up.
Right. Yeah. High energy.
When Bamba scored on him, he was guarding him, but he should have had help, and he didn't. And he was just like, "Yo, where's my help on the weak side?" Mm-hmm. And then I guess offense figured it out and they scored on him. But yeah, I think his defense is all right.
Yeah,
he's young, he's agile.
He had 7 assists today too.
Nice. He's a point guard, so
yeah, do that. But like I said, look for your shot. He didn't look like he was trying to be a point guard out there, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. He was 2 for 5. Which isn't terrible. He only took 5 shots. He took the least amount of shots out of everyone that took shots on the team, actually, if you really look at it.
Wow.
Which is just wild. But it's these are just one of these games, and we're starting to see a lot of the starters get taken out of the game and the bench going in and the bench giving us life every single game, every single
it's like every time we come back, it's the bench.
It's the bench every single game, every single third quarter, and I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know. I think if this continues into January, they're going to consider trading Julius Randle.
I don't think so.
I think not this season, not this season. But I do think if there's a trade that comes along, like a good trade that they would actually want to make.
If Obi keep playing like this,
if Obi keeps playing the way he's playing, and Julius is scoring 13 points a game, I don't see how they would continue to be, and struggle the way we're struggling. Nah, into January. This is November, bro. If we're 2 months from now and it looks the same,
let me tell you something. I think they're gonna blow up that starting. They're gonna blow up that starting five.
Something's gonna happen.
I think they're gonna blow up that starting five. They're gonna blow. And I don't think it's everybody's fault. I don't think it would be Julius's fault over.
It's not his fault.
I really do think that those two positions, because everybody on the starting five is the same, right? Except for those two guys.
No, Mitch as well. Mitch half the season.
He was starting. I mean, he's the least likely for it to affect him. Right. But I think if it affects the leader, and I just think there's something that there with Evan Fournier, because the reason why the team sucks so bad, the starting five sucks so bad, is because they don't play D well together. So Julius Randle had really good help on the defensive end when he had Reggie Bullock up there, and he had Elfrid Payton playing defense.
Yeah.
But him being the guy to anchor on defense or whatever is because right now it's just Mitchell Robinson out there playing D. Julius, when he feels like it, he starts playing a little hard D.
Yeah.
He's not the most intelligent defender. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Evan Fournier up there. Then you got Kemba Walker.
You remember what I said last game about how Julius plays with a high energy versus low energy? And when he plays low energy on offense, he plays with low energy on defense. Yeah. This is one of those games where you saw low energy on both sides. And when he plays a high energy on the defensive end, he looks great defensively, but then he does really dumb stuff offensively. But it's like you take it because you get a good game out of him.
Right.
But it's like he either has high energy plays or low energy plays. When they put him back in the game, I'm not blaming him, but when they put him back in that fourth quarter, he was not aggressive. He didn't look for his shot. He kept looking to pass it around. And it's like, bro, you are the leader of this team. They will follow what you do. As long as you want that court.
Trouble or something. Go out there and dunk on somebody. I haven't seen him dunk on anybody yet.
That's what I was saying the last game. Like when they were like down and we needed somebody to like kind of put some. That's when he was supposed to. But he was looking for the pass.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. So I feel the remedy would be to play these rookies with him, because then he would have to lead them.
I think he needs to integrate the rookies somewhere. Somehow.
Yes.
You got to get him in there.
Yeah. Speaking of rookies, he said, why don't we play McBride? Let's while we're here talking about Deuce.
Fournier may not be bad in the second lineup, to Jose's point.
Which yes, that I like that. I would actually like seeing him in a second unit. Because what that does, because if you look at it, Burks has been playing better as in that with Randall and these other guys than he has. So you might as well just swap him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time where Fournier is on the bench is because Burks is playing. But yeah, speaking of Deuce McBride tonight, they assigned him to the G League team, and he scored 25 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and he had 2 steals.
Josh, what I told you.
10,
I was looking at the footage. I'm like, yo, he out there cooking. He like dribbling like he had the green light all night. That boy was playing ball. They need to let it look.
See,
and the kind of moves he was doing is the kind of moves that Kemba can't do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like, that boy was fresh. He's
I think that's why they had him play down there. They're getting him ready.
Oh man, so
getting him ready.
I think. See, and this is the issue that we're having with that. You have, like I said earlier, the reason why I think. Oh, what's his name? What's the other one? Quentin Grimes. The reason why I thought Quentin Grimes would get more minutes or more playing time than Deuce, even though we know Deuce would probably be able to bring more, especially on both ends of the floor. even though Quentin's actually good defensively as well, is because of the depth at that position. You know, Grimes has to play behind Kemba, Rose, quickly. You know, all of these guys are listed as point guards.
Here's the
So,
problem.
what's up?
I think the best situation, if you're not looking at what year the person is or whatever the case may be, you can't start the rookie, but he should be starting. Like, I feel like McBride, you start him with that starting five.
Nah, you can't just throw him in there with the.
That's what I'm saying.
Why
That's
not?
what I'm saying. If you don't care about anything else, like, yo, put him out there, but you can't do that.
You
like,
can.
If you started
You
anybody
can do
over
it.
Kemba, it would have to be quickly at this point.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You can't do it mainly because there's guys who do deserve to actually be in the starting lineup.
That's what I'm
ahead of
saying.
him.
But what would dynamically work the most right now, which I think is worth a shot, is if they did have McBride come in there in the first, like in that first unit, and run it with those guys. Like I said, if you put away that, damn, you can have a
not with chemistry though. Not for chemistry though. And I think that's the unsung part of the story here with playing rookies is the chemistry that they don't have with the starting unit. And that's
the starting unit don't have chemistry as it is. It's worth a shot.
Nah, I mean, quickly is the better shot in the starting unit than McBride. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Kemba should be the better, better person or the person who should be starting it because he's better. I'm saying like even quickly would work better than
See, but here's the issue. What I'm trying to do is not disturb that second unit. So if you could leave that second unit where it is, and then you have McBride start. But then where do you put Kemba? So Kemba's
that's the double-edged
sword. Put him right on the bench, man. You put him right on the bench, or start him for 5 minutes and then bench him, and then bring Grimes in. Like, I mean, like, what are we afraid to hurt his feelings? How many years he been in the NBA? He knows what time it is.
He's not afraid to hurt his feelings. You know, Tibbs will let his ass sit in the bench like he did all fourth quarter today. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't showing anything.
I mean, but Tibbs also did the same thing last year. Elfrid Payton did not deserve to play the start. Yeah, he did not just deserve.
He did though.
But how many? No, not really.
He did though. Offensively, no way. But defensively, he can hold off the starting point guards that were on the opposite team. He deserved that spot.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I would
on this team, on that team, yeah. Of course, yeah. I would love to see that, and that's kind of thing. So shout out to the chat once again. He said, Jose Garcia says, Mitch, Randall, Obi, RJ, Kemba needs to play with athletes. That's the thing with Kemba on this point.
I agree with
playing Kemba
Fournier to the third team for sure.
But just for this point, Kemba playing with athletes works defensively because it helps fill the holes that he has on defense. But I think it makes them have to play more than they have to play more. You know, they have to do more just because he's on the court is my point. And I think it's not worth it. He's not bringing you enough offensively for him to be worth the limitations that he's giving you defensively. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's not bringing you that offensive firepower where you have to, all right, listen, we got to risk the defense he's giving us. He's not Steve Nash. He's not Steve Nash out there. So I think that's why this Kemba situation is a lot worse than the Elfrid situation last year, because he's not really bringing us anything on both ends consistently at all. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know. What can Fournier do that Grimes can't? There you go.
That's what I said. Move him to that next unit.
You know,
he just has experience. That's the only difference.
I
shouldn't say that's the only difference because we don't have a big sample size
around him on the defensive end.
Of course. But at the same time, you're starting to see that Grimes also, when he comes in, he's ready to shoot. Yeah, and he's knocking them down at the small sample size of shots that we're starting to see him with. You know what I'm saying? Move Fournier to the third team.
I think that's
who?
Grimes. He needs to play. I think McBride can definitely play some end of quarter, like the end of the second quarter. He could be playing. Maybe the beginning of the third quarter. If you don't want to like give him minutes like that, he should be in the game though.
Right.
So like Nick and Garcia was saying, they're going back and forth. He said Elfrid was a major liability on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what Jose's saying is the kid on defense. So like it's like a mixture. The kid could both of these kids could shoot.
Yeah.
And they both could defend. They like the same player.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
right?
I think Deuce
I
is
personally I like
harder on
McBride better.
defense.
That's personally me.
Yeah.
I think I like they're both the same. They're just in different positions. You know what I'm saying? They're both scrappy defensively.
What position is
Grimes is a 2 and McBride is a 1.
One of them needs to be a 3 for fucking now.
McBride is a 1. Deuce McBride is like 6'3", guys. He's small. That kid's small. He's not big. He's just a hound defensively.
So then we put what's the first kid's name? I got McBride.
I like
Quentin Grimes. I start him. I like Deuce McBride though. That's the kid that I really like.
Me too. I named my fantasy this year after him.
Let me see. Deuce McBride. Where is this guy?
He's 6'4".
He's 6'4", yeah. And what you call 6'5"? Quentin Grimes. Yeah, I mean, I think NBA guard league. Peyton did his thing. Yeah, I mean, we can't hate on Peyton's defense, and I think that was
a saving grace.
It went under the radar last year. You know what I'm saying? Thibodeau often, and we didn't really care much whenever he said it, but you know, he really continued to say that was the reason why he kept him in the starting position. Grimes looks like an athlete. Yeah, for sure, man. He's a Grimes could score 0 points and he's worth it defensively. For sure. And that's the other point. You got to be doing something out there, and that's part of the reason why Tibbs likes to play RJ even when he's not shooting well, like tonight. Which is wild because he still ended up with the most points on the team. And he shot terribly. He's 7 for 19.
It wasn't good. And
he still had 17 points. You know, he was a -2. He's 7 for 19. I didn't even notice RJ's line. He had 17 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean,
that's almost a double-double.
We got to get the right team. We got to get the right pieces in here.
Yeah, I think the bottom line, those two dudes, they messed up that whole. They're just not right for what the identity of the team is. That's why I was saying, like, have one of them young kids, and it's not like we hate Kemba or we hate Evan Fournier, but they're not looking right. This team look like that starting five is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible, man.
And without those defenders to help out Julius was looking like a star last year because he had defenders on the floor with him.
And he had the ball in his hands every play.
Yeah. And I mean, at least if you put one of the kids, they ain't gonna be arguing with
exactly
with this dude bringing the ball up.
That's exactly
because now Kemba probably feeling some type of way. He like giving the ball like, yo, here, man.
Well, I mean, if that's another thing, if you do put McBride in the game, and you're starting him at the point guard position, you think he's gonna be bringing the ball up over Julius Randle?
Let me tell you something. The Knicks are gonna go after Antetokounmpo.
No, he's not.
Why
no,
not?
He's not. Because he's not.
I know. Nobody won't allow him to, but I'm just saying, like, it's not a far-fetched idea.
It is.
How long has Cole Anthony been in the league?
That's not the point. We're talking about who's played with Julius Randle and what we've seen since he was there.
Just my point is,
I think he can do it. That's not what I'm saying. I think he can do it,
but I know that the coach won't allow that to happen because he wants.
No, it's not even the coach. It's not even the coach. Julius ain't gonna let him do it. Julius himself gonna be, as soon as he inbound, he's gonna be like, "Yo, let me see that," and we bringing the ball up the court. and what's dude's gonna do? Say no? You're not gonna say nothing. We can't say nothing. You're gonna go to this spot. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I'm hoping. You know, when I say when teams start losing and like that's when things start formulating with trades. I think the Knicks are gonna go get Antetokounmpo. He talking about, yo, I won a championship here in Milwaukee, but he was like, maybe the next step is I win it someplace else. So now
did he really say that?
You would have to blow the entire team up.
He said the next step is not here. Let me see.
You would have to blow the team up.
Giannis is wilding. He's wilding.
He's
bugging because I'm telling you right now, that's the trade Julius Randle will be gladly shipped off in. I promise.
Yo, it's a look. Don't play.
Julius is gone, and everybody else included outside of Obi and Quickly and RJ. I'm telling you,
you have to. The whole team will be blown up if he comes to this team. I can see it right now.
I'm gonna read this quote to you right. The next challenge might not be here, he said. The next challenge might not be here.
That's crazy, bro.
I'll be like this. I walk up to Julius like this. Hey, man, great having you here. You know what I'm saying? Good luck on the next one, boy. All of that.
Yeah, I see Julius. I'll be like, Julius, you there.
Julius.
Yeah, see, I just said, take your hat back. Thank you.
I'll be like, Julius. Not here.
You're not here. Every mess you take it, Julius. You over there?
Julius. Over there.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. We ain't gonna
We
do
here?
that, Julius.
No.
Nah.
We there? We here?
Nah. You sure? Not anymore.
You sure? I'm sure. We not here.
We're not here no more.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, what I love about the league is when you always have those teams where things don't work out. Like right now, that you got the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got all these teams that's not supposed to be what they were supposed to. You know, it just things work out differently.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look. 18,
I'm telling you,
5 rebounds.
That's all we need. That's all we need, man. We need just one star, because that and the star that knows how to include his team. You know what I'm saying? I think that's Julius is struggling with right now. He's struggling learning how to be the star of the team and still allow the team to be successful and be themselves. I don't know. I think it's tough. I don't know if he can do it. Shout out to Jose Garcia again. He said Obi top in 18 minutes, 14 rebounds, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. You know what I'm saying?
Obi,
He's plus 11. Plus 11.
Obi definitely is a starter, man. That's my favorite Nick, man. That
highest plus minus on the team, by the way.
Right. Oh, what he had. Oh.
And like I say, man, Obi be balling.
Yo, man, like I said, man, these two, Obi and RJ, are going to be the future of the squad. I promise you.
We'll see.
They're gonna formulate, especially if they make a move like that, like we were just saying for Giannis, and they still can keep Obi. That would be outrageous, because then Giannis can just play the 5, and he can be basically a small ball 5 because he didn't play like a 5. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. I don't know who they would send out there for him, but if we had anything relative, like if we kept the young kids or something like that, well, that's probably who we'd have to give up.
No, nah. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't need you got everyone outside of RJ and Obi and Quickly.
Yeah, Quickly.
I mean, you might have to give
that right there.
You might have to give up Quickly, but I mean, you're talking about Kemba, Julius, Fournier, Burks.
Nobody's going for those. So Randall's probably only appetizing. I don't know. I feel like if you get rid of Evan, you get a different type of a wing, somebody who can play a little bit more defense than that, someone who can shoot with the defensive presence. I think the team can bounce back. I think with that one position alone. I mean, the point guard, yes, it needs work, but we have rookies. We just got to use them. So I don't think we need to trade anything for that. So
some of it is coaching. I think we can't put this all on the players. I think a lot of this is coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it is coaching, but you still got to execute. You still got to go out there and execute. You can't be out. They got outplayed like completely in the second half. It wasn't even close, especially in that fourth quarter. It's that dunk on Quickly and RJ, Franz Wagner. Ed just took the life out of everything. RJ didn't even have to get involved, and he jumped in the last minute and hit him on the arm and got dunked on.
Yeah, I'm like, and they called that a foul.
He was like, damn, like, why did I do that?
He was like, yo, he turned around right away. He was like,
he looked like he wanted to leave.
Like he wanted to leave after that. He's like, I just got dunked.
He looked like he wanted to, you know how like when dudes get dunked on, they just want to vanish, they just want to disappear.
Yeah,
that's how he looked. You know, somebody was in his way. He was trying to walk away. It was like,
he was like,
nah, that was you. That was
you.
You
like, nah, bro, that was you over there. Go ahead.
Video
take that.
He was like, nope.
They was hyped tonight. But
yeah,
they was hyped. My last thing is, I said it in the beginning of the show. I'll say it at the end of the show. It doesn't have to be a 3. No. Just like we could have definitely made this game interesting, but we kept shooting these threes. We were one and done, missing badly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the crowd behind you. I mean, like, come on, man. This is
New York. We here.
Any last words from you, Dre?
I'm dying to see, because I know it's gonna start coming out now. Because the last game they said this quickly looked like the starting point guard. I saw that in some article somewhere. He's looking like a starter, and I'm not sure he's a starter yet. But I like him with the. I like the second unit needs to stay in place. We need to substitute like one of these young kids or something, or we make a trade. And this is the same thing from the last game. They're not doing anything to help, like late in the game. They don't even want to put these dudes out there. Like, that's outrageous.
Yeah,
you're not helpful. You're not useful in the fourth quarter. And my thing, like you said, he looks good. Kemba looks good in the beginning of the games. Sometimes Fournier might have a good game, but if you're not putting them in the fourth quarter, put the kids out there in the fourth quarter then.
Yeah. I just think it's sad that we're still out here searching for that illustrious point guard position. Maybe McBride is it. Maybe he's really ready for it. Maybe one day in the next, maybe by next year,
the problem is
tip something.
If only we had like a sample size of him playing in some other type of league, so that we can get like.
If we got Kemba,
you mean like the G League?
Exactly like the G League. If only he had some burn there, we could see what he could really do.
Jericho Sims? Who we talking about?
Definitely Jericho
Deuce McBride.
Deuce McBride.
So listen to me. If we got 5 years ago Kemba Walker, this team would still look like this.
Nah, I don't agree. I think
if we got 5 years ago Evan Fournier, yeah, I'd agree. I would agree that it would be a lot different.
Nah, Kemba 5 years ago.
I just don't think Kemba's a good fit.
No, he's still not a good fit, but he would have been better 5 years ago, because at least defensively he is who he is. But at least 5 years ago he could get past somebody. At least 5 years ago he could finish at the basket. You know what I'm saying? At least 5 years ago his step back meant something. You know what I'm saying? Right now
he could still shoot, but
he can shoot open shots. He can't shoot over nobody. He's 5'11".
I mean, Chris Paul still shoots over people.
Yeah. Chris Paul is a rare breed.
And what's Chris Paul? 6'1"?
Like I said, I don't know if 5 years ago, because he was the same height he was 5 years ago. You know what I mean? I think just because he have a little bit more boost and speed, and he got past one or two more people like twice or three times a game,
the struggles wouldn't be the same. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he was never like a powerhouse on defense, and I think we were excited because I know why I was excited. New Yorker coming back home, he's going to be motivated, and we already talked about his defense. We just hope, we were like, well, this is a defensive team. It shouldn't be that bad, but it is.
I don't know, man. I think something has to shake. Something got to happen. And I think it's in form of a trade. I don't think there's any way we can coast this season without making a major trade. It can't be a minor trade. The way this is looking, it can't be let's get Kemba out here, swap him forward.
We're gonna get Giannis and we're gonna get Dame.
No, it doesn't have to be a blockbuster trade. It just has to be a trade that actually changes the makeup of the team somewhat. It doesn't have to be, because my thing is that you can't switch Obi. You can't trade Kemba Walker and think you're really gonna get something back. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's a minor trade. That I don't think they're gonna just make a minor trade. So I think something else bigger is coming. This is my opinion. It has to happen that way. So that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in once again to the God of Knicks podcast.
We still love the Knicks though.
We still love the Knicks. I don't even know when we play next. I think it's Sunday.
I just like the
Saturday.
Knicks as a friend.
I like the Knicks as a friend. I like the Knicks as a friend. You stupid. They all right. But yeah, man, that's all we got. We tried to give you guys something positive, and you know how difficult that's going to be after a loss. After a loss. But yeah, man, thank you for tuning into the God of Knicks podcast. There will be more after the next game versus the Rockets, I believe, on Saturday. Saturday. Don't embarrass us, guys. Jesus.
Right.
All right, man. Until next time. Oh, shout out to the chat if you're here. Jose Garcia, thank you.
Nick,
for tuning in.
Jose,
Word.
Tune, of
Tune.
course. Shout out to the chat, man. I appreciate y'all being here with us. Hit that like if you are here. And that's it, man. We out here. Peace.